You've heard me talk a lot about consumer cellular, and there's a good reason. You can switch carriers, save money every month, and still get the same reliable coverage. Here's why I made the switch. Consumer cellular uses the same towers as the big carriers, so you're not sacrificing quality to pay less. And when you call consumer cellular, you just don't get pushed to a robot or told to use an app. You speak with a real person, someone knowledgeable, right here in the U.S. No bots, no scripts, no hassle. The best part, you don't pay extra to speak to a human being, like some big carriers are doing now. So whether you make the switch online, over the phone, or in one of their stores, you'll always work with a real person. Make the switch today and get $25 off at consumercellular.com/Kim. And if you're over 50, get one line of unlimited talk, text, and data for only $35. Plus, get an additional $5 off for the first 5 months. That's consumercellular.com/Kim, consumercellular.com/Kim. For years, I, along with parents, educators, pediatricians, and whistleblowers from inside big tech, sounded the alarm. Social media is dangerous. It harms young people. It often leads to addiction, depression, eating disorders, sexual exploitation, and even suicide. The social media companies remained uncaring and bulletproof until now. With this week's court ruling, for the first time, a jury agreed that major social media platforms, especially YouTube and Meta, intentionally built in addictive features that could cause harm. Of course, this doesn't mean our children are out of danger. Look at it this way. Finally, someone is listening. For years, Big Tobacco denied that their products were dangerous and intentionally manufactured to be habit-forming. Consider this week's verdict Big Tech's Big Tobacco moment. Get my free newsletter right now. It's all about AI at splashofai.com. And now, a clip from my weekend show, The Kim Komando Show. It's pretty much the best radio show in the world, but I may be just a little biased. Sit back and enjoy. Every business is asking the same question. How do we make AI work for us? The possibilities are endless, and guessing is way too risky. Sitting on the sidelines is not an option. Your competitors are already making their move. This is exactly the solution I turn to. With NetSuite by Oracle, you can put AI to work today. As the #1 AI cloud ERP, trusted by over 43,000 businesses, it brings your financials, inventory, commerce, HR, and CRM together into one single source of truth, making your AI smarter. It doesn't guess, it knows. It automates routine tasks, delivers insights, cuts costs, and powers fast AI decisions. Now with NetSuite's AI connector, you can take the AI you already trust and connect it straight to your business. This is not another add-on tool. It's built into the system that runs your business. NetSuite helps you stay ahead. If your revenues are at least 7 figures, get their free business guide, Demystifying AI, at netsuite.com/Kim. The guide is free to you at netsuite.com/Kim. That's netsuite.com/Kim.
This episode is brought to you by Focus Features. Would you let AI pilot your plane, raise your child, decide your future? On March 27th, Focus Features presents The AI Doc, or How I Became an Apocalyptimist. Critics and audience at the Sundance and Southwest Film Festivals call it the most urgent movie of our time. The AI Doc, or How I Became an Apocalyptimist, rated PG-13. Only in theaters March 27th.
Let's see. Here's some other tech updates. Apple says that 39 air carriers are now using share item location. So what that means is that if you have an air tag in your suitcase, is that now your little bag's dot will pop on a map, and it's used across 2,800 airports. And so if you're traveling, you just need to put an air tag in there so that this way, when they say like, oh, your bag's in Detroit, and you're like, no, I'm in Des Moines, you know that there's a problem with that. But lost bags have dropped 90%.
That's huge.
Yes, isn't that amazing? That's amazing.
I can't believe that. Because first of all, people have to put them in there for that to work.
Right.
And so people are, and it's working.
Yeah, I mean, I'll never forget. This is years ago before AirTags. We all went to Europe, and there's this big trouble like going through Heathrow and the baggage claim, and we went to Paris, but we had to like do a changeover in Heathrow. And so we get to Paris, and of course my bag's there, Ian's bag there, but Barry's not. You know, his bag he's so much like Charlie Brown. I can't stand it. Okay. And so like a day goes by, we're buying him like underwear and shaving and all the clothes and all this other stuff. And then I'm like talking to the PR person for British Airways saying like, we need to get this bag. I mean, before his trip is over. And then the next morning, breakfast is served in the room with the Daily Mail newspaper. And on the cover is a picture of all the lost baggage at Heathrow. And Barry's bag is like front and center.
Are you serious? Well, I guess it was the latest one. Of course it would be in there.
So I took a picture of that and I sent it to the PR person, said, found it. So there you go. Apple dropped some new AirTags. Guess what they were calling it?
AirTag 2?
Yes. You could now work in the marketing department at Apple. It tracks, they say, 50% farther. The speaker is 50% louder. And you can now use your Apple Watch to find things. It's still the same price, $100 for a 4-pack. So United Airlines flight from Detroit to Switzerland had to turn around mid-flight. Engine trouble? No. Medical emergency? Wrong again. What happened is someone dropped their laptop into the wall of the plane, and I'm not kidding. A passenger somehow managed to slip their laptop through a gap in the cabin, and it fell all the way down to the cargo hold. And I know you might be thinking, like, so what's the big deal? Just leave it there and grab it when you land. Lithium-ion batteries. If that laptop gets damaged or crushed down there, it could overheat and catch fire at 40,000 feet. Nobody wants a battery fire on a plane. So the pilot turned around, landed in Newark. Maintenance crews had to fish it out before they could take off again. A 3-hour-plus delay. Speaking of 3, this is the third time United has diverted a flight for a lost laptop in recent months. They need those like little covers like we have in cars to make sure like nothing slips down into the abyss. Hey, if you love staying tech ahead, then you're going to love. I'm talking about my free newsletter called The Current. Join almost 1 million folks who get it every single day. It's quick, smart, and only takes 5 minutes a day. Yes. Sign up right now at getkim.com. That's getkim.com.